All right, so first thing you want to do is take out your multi-air engine cover. I already detached mine. It pops into these little holes. It looks like there's just three spots that it pops in. 1, 2, 3. Then once you get that removed, you got to get this removed. The air box. There's one hose clamp down there you got to unlatch, and then 4. I just kept this all combined as one unit. 4 Phillips head screwdrivers holding the air box in. Or there might be 3. Yeah, there's only 3 Phillips head screws. But then you take that out. There's my screws. There was one right there and one right there. Well, unfortunately, since I don't have the shim removal tool on hand right now, I'm not able to take these shims out without snapping them completely off, which is not the right way to do it, but it's the way I'm gonna have to do it since I can't find my shim removal tool. I don't know where it's at. It's usually in my toolbox. To get the spark plugs out, I mean the coils, to get the wire off of the coils, you push the red tab back, kind of slightly press on it so it lifts up, and pull out. Do the same to all 4 of them. I numbered mine. As you can see, I put a scratch so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, just to make sure everything goes back in its same position. Don't forget to take your negative terminal off so there's no power going through these electrical connections before you disconnect them. We don't want any type of, we don't want to short anything out. We don't want no mess up. So let's just disconnect that, play it safe. And then we got to disconnect this connector. All right, I got all the plastic shims out. Every single one needed to be broken because I couldn't find my tool that separates them. So we had to break each one. We're gonna go to the store and get some new shims to replace them, of course. What else did I do? I disconnected these, disconnected that, took this plastic tab off of that screw, and then I looked over here, realized this plate is in the way of it coming off, and there's a hex head bolt right there that needs to come out. So I'm gonna grab that next. All right, we got the 4 10mm bolts off of the spark plug coils. Now I'm about to take cylinder 1 spark plug out of the well and see the damage. Oh, it's dry. Completely dry. Surprised to see that. Now let's take out spark plug 2. That one's completely dry too. Wow. Okay. That's a good sign. So it didn't get into the wells. All of them so far look dry. Oh shit, forgot to take this one off. So this one still has to come off. Alright, now I'm going to work on getting the 8mm bolts out along the edge, going around. And then I think these ones right here might be a 12. That looks like a 12 right there. Alright, we got all the bolts loose. Let me tell you about a couple of the bolts. This bolt back here had a 10mm bolt on top of it, and below it is an 8. So you had to take that out first to get to the 8. This bolt back here, that little plastic tab was just sitting right on top of it to hold this rail in place. So you had to take that off to get to that 8mm bolt. But once you get all the 8mm bolts loose. Alright, one thing I forgot, there's a screw in each one of these little holes that had oil in them. So I had to get in there with a oil absorbent paper towel and get all that oil out. Unscrew those are 8mm. And then your valve cover should just pop loose. Thank you, Mom.
You can share with your friends, so here's some.
Thank you, Mom. Alright, now we got our valve cover loose. So what we're going to do is just pop it out while avoiding snapping all these wires. So I'm going to try to lift it. It's getting caught on these cords, but we got it out now. Oh shit.
What was the hardware?
The hardware came right out with it. I thought it was stuck. So you don't want to tip that upside down or your hardware is going to fall out. But we got to take all these out anyway because we got to replace these gaskets. These rubber gaskets. But that's that. Let's take a look at the valve cover. It looks nice and clean in there. So that's how you know this engine is a good engine. No sludge. Those are supposed to have the spark plug seals on them, but that's right here. That's what we're replacing too, the spark plug seals. So yeah, now we'll get this clean and
I'm gonna send these home with you. Oh, sorry. Those drinks, okay?
we'll get this valve cover clean and put the new gasket on. You want to pause it? Alright, then what you do next is you take these rubber gaskets off the bolts. Now that we got the valve cover out, I also cleaned up all the oil on it with some soapy water and a rag. Just tried my best to get it as clean as possible. There's still a lot of oil left. But yeah, now we get these rubber gaskets off and then we put the new gaskets on. Then once you get all the gasket cleaned up, you want to get the surface completely wiped clean. Then after it's wiped clean, you want to get some soapy water or some brake clean or whatever you got to get it free of all the oil residue that's sitting on the top. That way it's completely dry and the liquid gasket will be able to stick to the metal. If there's oil there, the liquid gasket will not stick and it will leak straight through the bottom of the surface where the liquid gasket was supposed to meet. So make sure you get it all the way dry, all the way clean and all the way dry before you put that valve cover back on. And what I gotta do next, I already swapped out all the gaskets onto the bolts. Now I gotta put the valve cover gasket on, put these bolts through. I'm gonna put some liquid gasket in all the spots where it was previously. Right there, right there, right there, in that corner where it slopes up. Right here in this corner where it slopes down. We gotta take that old gasket out of there and put some new gasket. Also right there in that corner where it slopes up. And then in this corner where it slopes down. I'm also going to put some right here because I've seen a couple scratches. So I'm going to put some liquid gasket on top of that scratch. Make sure nothing leaks. And then I didn't get video of me putting it all back together, unfortunately. But we got everything torqued down to torque spec. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. You gotta let the gasket cure 24 hours before you start that engine. So make sure you let it cure first. And then, yeah, job complete.